Actually, I was in my attic a couple of months ago, just sorting through some stuff, and came across a folder, which inside it had a second edition of the Philosopher's Stone book signed by everybody, like
Oh,
everyone in the cast. And I just thought,
so hi, I'm Jonathan Bloomberg, writing for Movies in Sweden.
Hey, Jonathan, nice to
hey,
meet you.
The pleasure is all mine. I just finished watching the first episode of the new season,
Okay.
and it's some impressive baking going on for sure. I couldn't even do anything remotely close to that. So it's
no,
really impressive.
exactly, yeah, exactly.
So something that just dawned on me when watching the end of that episode is for you guys, you're not the judges, so you don't have to be the one that tells them to go, but you're still standing right there afterwards when they get those hard news. So how has that been for you guys stepping
Oh,
into the role of a
Jonathan, that
host?
that was honestly the worst thing of the whole show because I'm the kind of person where if I'm watching a show, I'll fast forward that bit because the long pause and everything. But because we were the ones giving the news, we
Yeah.
knew that one episode, one of us would be given the news of you've won this episode, you've won the advantage for next week. So that's really happy. And then the other person will be and you're going home. So it's that was rubbish because we got some really good friendships with all the contestants because ultimately when you're with these guys for 12 hours of the day, you get to know their stories, their personal their lives and all about them. So you really want everyone to win, which obviously isn't possible, but it's definitely a great thing to it's like a perk of the job is getting to know these guys really well.
Yeah, I can only imagine how weird that must feel. And for you guys, having been in the world of Harry Potter for like all of your adult lives,
Yeah.
basically, and having these people come in, being such huge fans of the world that you are a part of, how does that make you kind of feel, knowing? And I know that at least one of you have spoken about having a kid that has friends that are huge fans and like
Yeah.
watching the new generation discovering Harry Potter for the first time. Uh, Now with a few years, like having that first experience behind you, and now doing this, how does that kind of compare?
It's pretty surreal to think that something we did years and years ago still resonates and still has such a pull to so many people. It's awesome with that. And like when we're filming in the Great Hall at the first episode, like the one you saw the other day, you see at the beginning of the episode all the guests looking around and feeling, wow, we're in the Great Hall, we're in the Great Hall here. And just be able to be part of that was quite cool and see them firsthand, that exposure to it, that side of it. So it's one thing that we never get tired of seeing is the love that people have for Harry Potter, and to be able to be a small part of that is awesome.
So what for them stepping into the Great Hall, it's like, oh, this is what I saw on the big screen all those years ago and on TV for every year afterwards. But for you guys, it's stepping into past memories that might not have even been shown on screen. You've just been there for your childhood. So
Yeah, it is.
what are some of the most like biggest memories that jump in mind when you do that?
I think that it's funny, like when so we filmed say the first episode we filmed there, and you literally get in a movie when you see like the memories go rushing past someone, and it's literally like that happens. I have 10 years of memories come back in a second. One really special one, which I always have, is it was the first time I ever walked onto the Great Hall, and it was in the first movie when Harry and all the first years walk in and they're all looking around really wide eyed. So
Yeah.
we walked onto the set about a minute before they yelled action. So that was the first time of us seeing it all dressed as well. And that still to this day will never, I don't think anything I do in my career will ever top that, because just seeing the size of the set, how impressive it was, and also just the fact that we knew that this was going to be here for a while. So to be back there 20 odd years later, and seeing these contestants, because some of them are really big Harry Potter fans, seeing them having the same reaction as what we had back then, that was really cool.
Yeah. And now, as you said, it's been quite a few years since you stepped away from the movies part of this. Is there anything that you kind of wish that you had slipped into a pocket or anything like that back then? Then you're like, well, now I'm back here. Maybe I should get
definitely.
that
Yeah, exactly
thing
that.
that
Yeah.
I forgot back then.
Yeah, I think like the wand would have always been something that would have been quite cool to have, because that was really cool. But actually, I was in my attic a couple of months ago, just sorting through some stuff, and came across a folder, which inside it had a second edition of the Philosopher's Stone book signed by everybody, like
Oh,
everyone in the cast. And I just thought, I shouldn't have left this up here to get. So I put that somewhere a lot safer now. But so some things you go back to and you think, wow, that was so cool to be. And then you look at the names who are in it and everyone we work with and stuff. So yeah, very, very cool to go down memory lane every now and then.
yeah. I guess like in life, sometimes you say stuff like, "Oh, this would be a great story to tell the grandchildren one day," or some stuff like that. But just imagine having grandchildren finding what you found, being like,
Exactly.
"Oh,
Yeah.
silly grandpa."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Look at him hoarding all this stuff here. Yeah.
Yeah,
He'll be rocking on his chair saying, I was in Harry Potter once. Like, sure you were, sure you were.
yeah, exactly. And now a lot of people are getting to like step into the worlds of Harry Potter through this show, but also there's this new show coming up adapting the books again. I wonder if there is any part of the story of the Weasley brothers that kind of had to be cut for time on the movies that you wish you had been able to experience, that you now maybe wish to be able to watch instead as fans when they adapt the show. Is there any part in particular that you would like to see?
I think one thing I always laughed at was in the second film when they're denoming the garden. And I just remember that reading that and thinking that was hilarious. So that would be quite cool to see as well. Because you see them like also they're using magical stuff what they do in the Wizarding world, but also I suppose in Fred or George's ways of doing it as well. So that'll be quite cool to see.
Yeah, and for me not to spoil like the entire thing, but there is a certain death that I kind of wish we could have spent a bit more time with as well. But we'll see what they choose to do there. So now when you guys do this show, is there any part of you that feel like, oh, maybe I should pick up baking and uh, do
Yeah,
something at home
yeah,
that you see?
definitely. Like, well, the thing is, I pick it up thinking I can do what they do, and then realize about an hour in, no, this isn't gonna work. But the cool thing about watching how these guys do is that we're asking them questions like, how do you do that? Why are you doing it that way? So you kind of take a few things home. But the one thing I've learned is that patisserie chefs are very neat and tidy at their workstations, and the bakers have just got powder and everything going everywhere. So I'm definitely more of a baker in the kitchen.
Yeah, and I don't want to spoil anything, but there are a few persons that pop up in the trailer, at least, also from the world of Harry Potter movies that come into the baking show. Is there a moment like that where you felt especially happy to kind of reconnect with someone and spend some time watching baking going on, but also maybe talking about those times on set?
Yeah, very much so. And it's you literally pick up from where you were 10. I mean, obviously you stay in contact with these guys throughout the years, but to actually spend a good amount of time with them. And so Afshan, who pops up, like she and I, we were like the banter between us was pretty full on. And ever since like we were kids, it was the same. So it pretty much picked up exactly the same. And we were joking, we were like, oh, we thought we were going to be nice to each other, but let's just carry on in that. And I think that's what that makes the cast so unique in that regard, is that we've still, you know, we've all gone on to have our own careers, our own different lives, but we'll still have this one thing which really binds us together, and we're the same people around each other.
I'm happy to hear that. And now you have cake too.
Exactly. Yeah. Even better.
Yeah, exactly. So thanks a lot, both of you, for taking time to speak with me today, and best of luck with the premiere of this second season. And I do hope that we have many more in the future.
Thank you very
Thank you
much.
very
Yeah.
much.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you.